Jeff, what's happening on our border, and even more scary on some levels, is the Supreme Court openly endorsing the collapse of the border. Amy Barrett, very interesting the vote that she made. What's going on there exactly in your view?
Well, I don't know the technicalities of the law, but I saw Governor Abbott's response, which was a very carefully worded comment that the federal government, if it abdicates its responsibility to defend the border, and Texas has a border with a foreign country, then it is not fulfilling its contract with the states. And the states have a right to self-defense, to having a border where they have self-defense against incursion from aliens from outside the country. So, and a bunch of other governors signed on. And this is an interesting development because it's going right to the fact that we have ideological leftists in control of the government who believe it's racist for us to have a border because I guess there's many people outside our border who are not white, and the idea that they can't just cross our border at will when they want to is racist. So America's not allowed to have a border. This is kind of I guess it's the diversity, equity, inclusion kind of philosophy taken to its extreme to negate our American sovereignty in the border. Every other country in the world has a border. So now you have a kind of crisis between the states and the federal government. And ironically, you have all these Democrat left-wing mayors and even governors saying, oh my gosh, our cities are being overrun by these aliens. We can't, Governor of Florida shipped some illegal aliens into Martha's Vineyard and they got rid of them pretty quick. So it's like it's a very strange thing. I think this is my view that if you go back to this whole thing, the Frankfurt School actually originated from a meeting in the Kremlin, according to Ruth Fischer, former head of the German Communist Party, former founder of the Austrian Party. In 1922, Felix Dzerzhinsky, Karl Radek, Willy Munzenberg, and Lukács, Georgy Lukács, they had this meeting and said, we have to have some kind of way of poisoning the German intelligentsia to make them stink so that we can have a revolution, right? So they allowed the money to go forward. They had some wealthy German that financed this School of Social Research, became the Frankfurt School, got this ideology, Herbert Marcuse, Horkheimer, Erich Fromm. They invented all this thing that has evolved, that is metastasized into this thing that criticizes everything to death. Criticize America, criticize the border, criticize religion, criticize the family, criticize the authoritarian personality. So, and this is what we've got. We've allowed the education system to fall to the cultural Marxists. They've produced this, they've entered the bureaucracies, they've entered politics, and now they're just literally destroying the country from within.